Do you ever feel like you're stuck in a loop? No matter how hard you try, you keep hitting the same walls, making the same mistakes, and feeling that same old frustration? You might be asking yourself, why does nothing ever change for me? If that sounds familiar, then you need to hear the story of a young woman named Mira. Mira was completely stuck. Life felt like a broken record, playing the same sad song over and over. She tried everything she could think of to break free, but she always ended up right back where she started, feeling defeated and hopeless. She'd often stare out her window and wonder, why does nothing ever work out? What am I doing wrong? One sunny afternoon, while walking through a park to clear her head, she saw a wise old teacher she knew from her school days, sitting peacefully on a bench. She sat down beside him, and a heavy sigh escaped her lips. The teacher looked at her with kind eyes and asked a simple question. Mira, if you plant the most beautiful flower seeds in poor, barren soil, what do you think will grow? Mira thought for a moment. Well, nothing, I suppose. Or maybe just a few weak weeds. Exactly, the teacher said with a gentle nod. Your mind is like that soil. If it's constantly filled with the rocks of doubt, the weeds of fear, and the dust of negativity, then nothing good, nothing beautiful can ever take root and grow. But, he leaned in slightly, if you change the soil, if you change your thoughts, you will change what grows in your life. Mira frowned, skeptical. But how can I just change my mind? I can't just command myself to stop thinking negative thoughts. They just appear. You are right, the teacher agreed. You don't need to stop your thoughts or fight them. That would be exhausting. Instead, you need to become a gardener of your mind. You simply need to notice the thoughts as they come. Observe them without judgment, and then gently challenge them. Ask yourself, is this thought actually true? Is it helping me grow? And then, you must consciously choose to plant new seeds, positive, empowering thoughts to replace the old, unhelpful ones. Remember, your thoughts shape your actions, and your actions, over time, shape your entire life. This conversation struck a deep chord within Mira. It was a new idea, a different approach. Instead of fighting her own mind, she could nurture it. So, from that very day, Mira started a small, simple habit. Every single morning, before the world could rush in with its demands, she would spend just 10 minutes sitting quietly. During this time, she would reflect on one single, positive thought. On Monday, her thought was, I am capable of handling whatever comes my way. On Tuesday, it was, I am learning and growing every single day. On Wednesday, I can overcome challenges with persistence and creativity. At first, it felt, well, a bit strange. It felt unnatural, almost like she was lying to herself. Her old, familiar doubts were still there, whispering their usual criticisms in the back of her mind. You can't really do it, they'd hiss. You're just pretending. You'll fail again, just like always. But this time, Mira did something different. Instead of wrestling with these negative voices or trying to push them away, she followed the teacher's advice. She simply observed them, as if they were dark clouds passing in the sky. She acknowledged their presence, saying to herself, "Ah, there's that old thought again." And then she would gently, but firmly, return her focus to her chosen positive thought for the day. She didn't fight, she just refocused. Slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, a transformation began to take place. Over the next few weeks, Mira noticed subtle shifts in how she responded to life. When a problem came up at work, instead of her usual panic, she felt a sense of calm. Her mind was clearer. She found herself thinking about solutions instead of just dwelling on the problem. She felt more confident in her decisions. Opportunities that she had completely overlooked before, blinded by her own negativity, now seemed to pop up everywhere. It was as if a fog had lifted. Old challenges that once seemed like insurmountable mountains now felt like manageable hills. The challenges themselves hadn't changed, but her inner state had. Her mind was no longer sabotaging her before she even started. It was becoming her ally. Months later, Mira took a moment to look back at the person she used to be. She remembered the frustration, the feeling of being trapped, and a warm smile spread across her face. The incredible difference in her life wasn't due to some stroke of luck or a magical opportunity that fell from the sky. It was the result of one small, conscious decision she made every single day, the decision to change her thoughts first. Her life had simply followed suit. Mira finally understood a profound truth. The greatest power any of us possess is not the power to change our circumstances directly, but the power to choose what occupies our mind. It's the power to tend to our own inner garden. Because when the mind changes, life can't help but change too. If this story resonated with you and gave you a little spark of inspiration, please consider subscribing to our channel, Stories by Heart. We share motivational stories like this one to help you learn English, stay inspired, and grow a little wiser every day. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you in the next story.